This particular fire direction center shack was being powered by a continuously ran 10K generator on a very minimal load. The load on it was about 1.3 kW, and we had a 10K powering it, running it 24/7. I decided to go ahead and let's try to get the H series here to supplement the power needs or demand for this particular system by bringing in the H series. It is a hybrid 5K system, and the end state was actually to try to reduce the soldier's task of the maintenance and the fueling and all that good stuff on that particular generator. Not to mention that we're wasting 9 kW worth of energy from that generator. The system or the unit has been here right around 4 months, or we can say 2,800 hours. Our striker vehicle right here, and it is being slaved into our H series back here. Today we have absolutely zero solar coming in because of the cloud cover and the light rain that we got coming on. So what we got going right here is a two-way system from the solar battery bank powering the striker vehicle, as well as the striker vehicle being able to power or refill up the battery bank on the actual system itself. Kind of like a battery tender for motorcycles. Now, when we talk about generator maintenance and stuff like that, how long does it take normally for you guys to get your resupplies here? How often, where they coming from, how many vehicles and all that stuff is
we get resupplies in all different forms. We get air resupplies, we get ground convoy resupplies. Fuel is obviously brought in by ground. Normally we see it maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. It's obviously a convoy involved, so there's a lot of personnel and vehicles involved in that. And there is the risk, of course, obviously in this environment, every time you put boots out there on a convoy with the IED threats and everything.
My thinking was, when I brought the hybrid system down, is that I have less run time, I have less fuel being needed, all right, and the maintenance is also easier. How long does it take on this particular system here to clean these panels here?
About 5 minutes max.
So now let's talk a little bit about our system. You can see that we have a standard 5K, which is the far right one. Then we move over here, we have a 10K. Now the unit elected to go ahead and bring in a backup generator. So they brought in a 10K, which is easily just connected right there to the power source, and it's coming right into our H series right here. We have our standard 5-panel layout right here that's mounted on the trailer. It was trailered in here, and what we can see is that from our power source, it's running up through, and we have our AC, our alternating current is coming in. This is charging the battery bank. If you come in here, you can see up underneath, we have our battery bank up underneath the system. So when the batteries go down to 70%, the generator will do an auto start, charge the batteries back up, all right, and then we're continuing to fill our battery bank and provide power to the load. Also, right here, these are our 2 legs that are feeding our FTC shack in there. Our generator is only running how often during a 24-hour period?
Hooked up to the solar panel?
Yeah.
We usually only have to run it at night, and usually only if we are doing a fire mission.
Okay. And for the batteries on a normal day, you're looking about maybe 2 hours to charge up the battery bank, and then the auto start system shuts down, killing the generator, and it continues to run off of batteries until the sun starts to come up in the morning, and then we're solar providing power to our source. So that's a pretty good deal there. With the system, once it's set up and operational, there is not a lot of soldier's tasks that you have to do. Because in the morning, when you come by, what is your daily routine coming by here doing your preventive maintenance, your daily checks, services, and stuff like that? How much is involved on this particular system?
Really not too much. I'll come in, I'll start up the hot gun, the MFCS and whatnot. I'll come through by the system, make sure it's on solar, make sure the panels aren't dirty. If they're dirty, clean them off, which takes, like we said, about 5 minutes. You just make sure all the connections are nice and tight in there. That's about it.
Okay, so you can look at that right there on the DC, the solar side. He's got one toggle he's got to be concerned with. If you come over here and you look on this side, what are we looking for on this side? And this is the AC side where the power from the generator is coming in. Also the loads are going out from here. So we have 3 extension cords right here that we got to worry about. What all do we have? Once these switches are turned on, that's it. The soldier doesn't have to do anything. He's checking them, making sure that they're on. We have our 3 yellow cords connected. The solar's on. Of course, these panels right here are covered to where they never have to mess with that. So, is it pretty simple? Or would you rather have a generator running 24/7 on something that's not needed?
Very simple.
Okay.
Very simple.
Okay. You got your 2 legs. You got your 220 coming in from your generator. Simply following the cords down, making sure that they do in fact go into your generator and they're correctly hooked up. Okay, once that's done, you don't have to worry about it, but checking it once a month. And then, of course, our auto start punctuality with our generators. Probably the nicest thing, because how often, once the batteries run down, how often do you got to start them?
Once a day.
Okay, and do you have to start them, or is it
the auto generator or the auto start kicks in once the batteries go low? That way we don't have to come out and check it. It starts right up.
Okay, outstanding. Okay, so with all that, with the auto start punctuality on the 5K versus the 10K, it starts when the batteries are down, and normally that's about what, 2-3 o'clock in the morning. All right, so for noise and light discipline, that's great. It's not running 24/7. Okay, that is all we have to say. And from down here in the Panjwar district area, down at Mushan. Thanks again, and take care.